The ability to record our output for additional post-production editing or archive, or stream it out to our audience is an important aspect in our live production software. Let's take a look. So here in vMix, there are buttons along the bottom to access the stream and recording tools. So under record, we can click the gear. This allows us to record our two primary outputs in what format we want. Or if we have the multi-quarter feature available, this allows us to record inputs as different video formats. And then finally, if we want to configure our streaming, that is done with the gear next to stream. We have 3 streaming encoders, and we can set each one up for a destination with the appropriate information and our encoder settings. So let's take a look at how we would perform similar actions inside the TriCaster. Let's take a look at recording first in the TriCaster, and then we'll take a look at streaming. So for recording, we just go to the appropriate input or output, and we can configure its record settings. So if we want to record an output, put your pointer in the output monitor, click the gear, and under the output configuration, there's a record tab. And here are our 4 mix outputs. We can open whichever ones up we want to work with. And the check mark will determine if you want to record this channel or not. By default, mix 1 is always going to be set for recording, although you can disable it if you don't want to record it. And we can also set our file path and our file name right here. If we want to record an input, let's go to the appropriate input. Let's say input 3 I want to capture. I'll click the gear. Under the input tab, go down to capture, and here are the same settings. So I can say I want to record this, again, give it a file name. There's the path it will go to. And then to start and stop recording, you just click the record replay button. So this will start it up, and now it's recording both of those channels. And when you're done recording, you just click the down arrow and choose stop recording. And then if we want to take a look at those recordings, I can hit the plus sign. And in my DDR, you can see there's the mix 1 recording, and there is the input 3 recording files. I could load those back into a DDR or transfer them to another system to use them. For streaming, that's all done using the stream button and the gear next to it. So let's go configure this. I'll click the gear. This TriCaster model has 2 streaming encoders. That's encoder 1 and encoder 2. You just click the gear to configure that encoder, and here are the settings. There are some presets you can use along the top, or you can dial in the exact settings you want below. So you can set the resolution, the frame rate, the codec settings, and the bit rate. All of these parameters, when mixed together, come out to a quality amount. So this gives you an idea if the settings you've picked will result in a decent quality signal. You can see as you go up or down that line change. And of course, this will be affected if I go to a higher frame rate. I would need more bit rate to make up for that. So that gives you at least an idea if what you picked is good. There's also some advanced settings and your audio settings as well. Now with the 2 encoders, we can then choose the destinations below, and each encoder can go to multiple destinations simultaneously. So you can see encoder 1 is currently being captured. Encoder 2 is going to an SRT stream. If I need to add additional destinations, that can be done with new preset. And in this list, these are all the destinations you can configure. Custom is an RTMP stream. SRT stream would be if you want an SRT output, and file capture is if you want to record that output. Everything else in this list is an API integration where you would log in with your account to stream to that destination. But let's say I wanted to stream to YouTube and Facebook as well. I could just click those, and you'll see that encoder 1 will now go to these 3 destinations, while encoder 2 will go to only that destination. Now, if we wanted to start and stop streaming, once you get that configured, you just click the stream button. This will start up your stream. And when you're ready to stop streaming, you just click the down arrow and choose stop streaming.